Hello. I'm still working on these creative tools. It turned into a bit of a project, but I'll talk more about that later. For now, I just want to showcase what's new, what changed. So first up, there's this new Tinker tool. What it does is it lets you edit the block properties of any block. So if I place stairs, I can right-click them and change their facing direction or the shape. Another cool feature is if I can copy the block to my inventory, and it gives me a tinkered block, which gonna keep the block properties when I place them. Next up, I changed the fill tool to be less annoying to use. And let's make a selection here, like this. I can use my fill tool and I can just click any block directly in my inventory, or I can even use the tinker block, and it's gonna keep the shape. Another feature is just I can click and search and use just any block. Next up, there's the block pattern, which is, there's only one type right now, but it's the weighted pattern. I can set it to say I want some red wool and some lime concrete. And it's gonna have 50% red wool, 50% green, and it works. And another cute feature is that this pattern I can actually store in my inventory as a block, and even when I place it, it retains the logic, 50%. Then there is the replace tool. This disk replaces block in my selection. I have to configure it first, so I'm gonna say I want the red wool to be replaced with hay blocks, and then it becomes hay. Then there's the copy paste tool. I can copy this and it goes into my clipboard, which is accessible from the main menu or from pressing F on the copy paste tool. And I have my clips here. I want to make the UI a bit better, but don't worry about it. I can rotate them, the selection, and then I can just paste it. It also supports stairs, but not every block's done yet. You can also flip, says here, rotate and flip block properties, for example, direction that stairs are facing. But it's not done. Undo. There is the shape tools, and now it gets interesting because they're really fun to use. Here, a sphere, cube, pyramid, cylinder. So yeah, the sphere has like this fancy preview, and all of these shape tools share something in common. It's the Snipe, where I can press Q or Control Q to change the range at which I snipe. And they have these snipe settings. I can set the range manually, or I can make it to ignore blocks. So right now it just goes through the dirt, or I can make it, collide. And I can set the range anchors if I want. I can like edit to my preferences of which ranges I want, or just straight up disable it so I can drop the tool directly. That's Snipe, but the sphere itself I can set what I want to fill it with. I can change its radius. I can make it hollow. Let's just spawn one. So that's a sphere of stone. I can hollow it out. I can make because of the job system that I showed in a different video, you can make like really big spheres, and it doesn't matter on performance. Let's just keep the world border. Let's make this one hollow. Yeah, it is. And there we go. We got a hollow sphere. It's my new home. It's not gonna paste outside of the world borders. Let's disable them. I have the Death Star on my island now. There's the cube. So instead of making a selection, you can just quickly just place down cubes. Let's just get me a history tool here so I can undo. There's the, you can set the sizes, or even each size individually. So I can say I want this to be really tall, and I have a column. There's the pyramid, which is a cute preview. It's also stand by default, And this one I can make a hourglass easily by putting it upside down. It can also be hollow, and it becomes really big really fast if I put a lot of steps, and even just with 2 height instead, I can get this large reverse pyramid. And finally, the cylinder tool, I can also disable the preview. There's a bug where the preview bugs out when you change it to this, whatever. You can set the radius, set the height, centered is something complicated, doesn't matter, or hollow. So this tool is actually useful to show the next tools I'm going to show. So let's just make a little bit of a art installation here. All right. So the next tools, let's just get rid of all of these. I have the Erosion tool. It works just like the voxel sniper. Oh yeah, this one also is a snipe tool, and it has these either you can use a cube or a sphere preview. You can set the radius, and I found the visibility like this is a bit overbearing, and I'm gonna port that over to the shape tools, but you can set it to like not glowing or desaturated or just straight up invisible, and you only get the target block. But I like regular. And this Erosion works with these presets. So if I set it to melt and right click, you see it kind of melts the blocks. And right click is erode, it does like the what you selected, and left click is the reverse. So if I set it to like lift, for example, right click lifts the blocks, and then left click is gonna melt them, it's gonna lower them. And you can also set the settings manually, but it's big brain. And yeah, float clean is just if you have blocks that are midair, it's gonna get rid of them. Then there's the blend tool, which basically, let's just get another, not a pyramid, but a cylinder going, but this one, let's make it red wool. So the blend tool, it looks at the blocks that are around, and it blends them together. So for each block, it looks at the nearby blocks, and it decides which blocks it turns into. And just like the Erosion, you can also right click to do it without checking for air. It's like a different behavior. You can edit the radius, set it. The sampling is like, yeah, how many blocks to check around the snipe target. This tool is a bit more delicate because it just came out, but whatever. I just made it, and you can do cardinal, cube, or that's like how many blocks around it, and you can check with liquids or deal with ties. Anyway, it blends blocks together. Fun to use. Ooh, a cut. So what this project turned into is actually a creative server called CLOO. And what it has, it's very bare bones, but you can join today. There's this website, CLOO, ipplay.clone.io. If you join on 121, which is latest Minecraft, it's always going to be on latest Minecraft. It should just work right now. And you're going to be able to create a world and use the tools that you've seen on the video. You can also build with other people. Anyway, the goal is to not only have the best plugin tools ever made for building, which is already ambitious, maybe presumptuous, but also I want to host, the world and let people browse them, and also have build contests and let builders export their worlds so that they can use them elsewhere. There's many ideas you can read up on the websites. There's this vision page, but quite simply, if you're interested in the stuff I make, or you're a builder, or just want to play with the tools, then yeah, join the server, check it out, join the Discord, and then you can see how this all evolves. That's it for today. Bye-bye.